Hey everyone, welcome to another LEGO Fan video. I'm your host LEGO Fan, and I do fun LEGO videos at about 10 steps per video, as well as some Ben 10 videos. So today we will be covering 11 of the allies that appeared in Ben 10 Alien Force Part 1, of course including the main trio. And if you guys are new, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that YouTube algorithm stuff. And for those of you new to this, I run it like a quiz show. You have 10 seconds to guess which one of these allies said that line. I don't know who is going to be coming up first. I also don't know if there are multiple forms. Well, I do know that there are multiple forms up here. There actually is only one character up here that has multiple forms. And with that out of the way, we are going to get started because we got a long list here. Now, usually I will say you also have to guess the name, but this character actually says her name in her very first line, which is...
Julie, I know who you are. Great game.
So of these characters, which one is Julie? 10 seconds, good luck. So, Julie Yamamoto, is this character right here. She is essentially Ben's girlfriend throughout the Alien Force and Ultimate Alien until Ben absolutely screws up in Eye of the Beholder. Oh, I'm not really a big fan of Ben and Julie, though I digress. Ben actually has multiple girlfriends throughout the series. 3 main ones. Esther, Julie, and Kai. Kai is the one he ends up with. I'm a big fan of Ben and Esther. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's not get into Ben's girlfriends. So she's a human first appearing in Ben 10 Returns Part 1, making a cameo appearance in the episode, congratulating Ben on his medal for being the MVP player, as well as introducing herself to Ben. Then in Peer Pressure, she was Ben's date, who she hung out with at the pier only for Ship to attack. And after numerous attacks and Ben's attempts to keep the Omnitrix a secret, she got kidnapped by Ship and was rescued by Jetray and discovered that Ben has the Omnitrix. And she eventually helped out with Baz Al fixing his ship after the core blew up before they both walked home. So she is a great test player, and as of right now, I'm going to include it as a power. Other than the main trio, she's one of the only outside people who actually knows about the Omnitrix and knows that Ben is the one that has it. Kind of really stupid, because if you look at multiple episodes, you kind of see that probably a lot of people know. But she is a love interest for Ben, making her a possible damsel in distress, and of course, she has no unique powers of her own. Now we move into our next character, whose first line is...
Omnitrix ain't yours. Give it up. No way.
Of these characters, which one is the one that said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So that character, whose name is Magister Labrid, is this guy right here. His species is unknown, though I would assume he's probably similar to Epicicus volan. But that's just assumptions here. He first appears in Ben 10 Returns Part 1, the first plumber we actually get to see in the series. At first wears something later called an ID mask, something that helps cover up what you truly look like. And he tracked Ben down to Gwen's school and fought them, mistakenly thinking Ben was some random person who got the Omnitrix. And after the mix-up was cleared, he asked for their help with the recent alien activity, aiding them throughout the remaining episode with the deal and the Forever Knights. He participated in that big fight. He also appears in Ben 10 Returns Part 2, in which he helped out during the opening fight, holding off all the Forever Knights while Ben took out the Mech Dragon. However, during this fight, its suit was compromised, causing it to lose some sort of liquid. It's not blood, but it's something that helps him keep him alive. So Labrador is now close to death, and in his final moments encouraged Ben to finish the mission that he and Grandpa Max started before evaporating away. So he is a high-ranking plumber, so he has access to plumber bases and plumber gear. He also can operate a laser gun and has a durable set of armor. Not that durable, but durable enough. He also is equipped with energy cuffs. He is a skilled combatant, a skilled tracker, and has an ID mask. But he can't live without his suit. Now we finally get on into the main trio of this series, that being this character, whose first line is,
"Money's here."
of these characters. Sorry about that. Of these characters, which one is the one that said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So that was one of the main trios, Kevin E. Levin, who is an Osmosian, first appearing in Ben 10 Returns Part 1 and appearing in all subsequent episodes. So he knows a lot about alien tech and how it operates, as well as the aliens themselves. He's also familiar with the alien black market on Earth. He's a good fighter. He also now has the ability to absorb any sort of material. This can be for his whole body or maybe even part of it. He can also transfer this material onto others and be multiple materials at once. And when he's any material, he's very durable and strong and could create mini earthquakes and go through the floor. But when he's rubber, he has an enhanced jump, and if shot, he does have that burnt rubber smell, which, if you haven't smelled burnt rubber before, trust me, it is not a pleasant smell. He also is a good mechanic and car junkie, having a car of his own, as well as an expert driver, including the Rusbucket 2 and all other versions. He also knows about the plumbers, can pick locks, and can operate Rusbucket 2 and all its subsequent versions. But he's still very arrogant, and if he gets knocked out, he loses any absorbed material that he had. He also has a one-track mind and can be forced to change into material and out of one. He also loves Gwen and is a jokester and loves toying with people. He's also prone to jealousy and can be a bit boastful, and he's weak if anything gets through his transformation skin. And I'm happy this one came up. This is this character's first line.
Ben! Still undefeated. Compliments means you want something.
Always that one. So of these characters, which one is the one that said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So, I'm going to be on this one for a while. This is Gwen Tennyson. She's a half-human, half-Anidae hybrid, first appearing in Ben 10 Returns Part 1 and appearing in all subsequent episodes. Again, another member of the major trio. So, she is shown to be more intelligent than Ben, serving as his brains to... Okay, I'm confusing myself. She serves as Ben's brain to Ben's brawn. She's also shown to be a good hacker, is a skilled fighter, more specifically in jiu-jitsu. She also has knowledge on magic and magical artifacts, knowledge on medicine, possesses the Omnitrix in an alternate timeline, knowledge on the elements of the periodic table, good with a bow and arrow, can ride a hoverboard, loves the oceans and its creatures and has knowledge about them, can ride a motorboat, good with computers, agile, sneaky, can pilot a spaceship, can operate a laser gun, and knows magic, or since she's half Anidae, so that means she can levitate anything, including herself, has a magic blast, can make shields or walls, can make wind. She can form smoke to black out people or lift the ground to do it. She can control items, make certain items crumble. She can blow up stuff, can control certain objects, has a locator spell, has a warp spell. She has a bubble spell, which can form like a protective bubble around herself. She can also form platforms, which can be thrown as projectiles or as walls. She can form explosions. She can read minds. She can make a magical rope, can make light, can blast her mana outwards, which can break metal. She also has laser eyes and a laser beam with her mana. and can make mana cups and restraints. She also is a good dancer, her mana is durable, and she can absorb some. She also knows how to use a radio and is a good team player. However, she's grossed out by Grandpa Max's cooking, can't perform magic when she's in a suit, she can be dead set on objectives oftentimes. She can also be selfish. She also loves Kevin, and if any sort of magic shield or wall is broken, she becomes weaker. Whew! On to the next character, whose first line is...
Pass it to me! Pass it to me!
Of these characters, which one said that? 10 seconds, good luck. So this is the character known as JT, who has his soccer form here in the first episode, and in the next episode he appears in, he looks like this. He's a human first appeared in Ben 10 Returns Part 1, sent him as Cash, making a brief cameo appearance in the first scene, being the one to try and score the winning point for his team to win, only for Ben to block said point. Then the Gauntlet aided Cash in his endeavors, giving him the idea to push Kevin's car off the road and steal in the hand of the Tekadon robot. And after Cash went mad with power, he went to Ben for help and managed to help him in the final battle, with Cash removing the Gauntlet from his hand before walking off with him. So he's a good baseball and soccer player and is a lackey to Cash, being the brain to Cash's brawn. He also is somewhat strong, being able to push Kevin's car with some help. He's also fast and has some sympathy towards Cash despite the fact that he's a real jerk. Because he says that he only is with Cash because he doesn't want to be the one picked on. But he can't be afraid of Cash's meanness. Now we get into a cameo appearance. Very rarely will I include cameo appearances. Going into Omniverse, I'm only going to include characters that actually have a significant part in the episode. For now, I'm going to include cameo appearances, and this is that person's first line.
Ben, don't run in the house! Sorry, Mom!
Well, I just gave it away who that is. So of these characters, which one is the one that just said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So that was the character known as Sandra Tennyson. The human first appearing in Ben 10 Returns Part 1, making a cameo appearance washing dishes, telling Ben to not run in the house after Ben discovered that Max thought he had the Omnitrix when he didn't. And her powers is, like Max, she cooks gross food, but is a health nut rather than just simply cooking bugs. We never have a real good first look at any sort of special abilities she has, but she's gullible like Carl, but less so. And her parenting is also laid back, but one of those people that shuts down ideas when they don't encourage her views, and is easily stressed. I feel bad for Ben with all that gross food that he's eating. Now we get into another character whose first line is...
I wasn't showing off. I mean, I am going to show it to my grandpa. I guess that is sort of showing off.
Of these characters, which one said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So that was Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, or just Ben 10, who is a human first appearing in Ben 10 Returns Part 1 and appearing in all subsequent episodes. So he has the Omnitrix, which grants him the powers of any alien he chooses or it chooses, and it can power up if ever he's in danger with no recharge, and it can also scan DNA to add to his list of aliens that he can transform into and repair any sort of DNA malfunctions on someone else. He also has been shown to figure out clues and has knowledge of various creatures based on their skeleton structure. He also can swim, possesses a hoverboard, and knows how to ride one, is agile, is fast, is a great rock climber, can pilot a spaceship, can operate a laser gun, can play soccer really well, can ride a bike, is able to remove the Omnitrix by some unknown means, because at the beginning of Alien Force he has no Omnitrix. He also knows how the rust buckets work and its subsequent versions. He also is a decent fighter and has good balance, and serves as the voice of reason within the Alien X. But he gains any weaknesses that the aliens have. It's pretty much useless when the Omnitrix is timed out. He often is desperate for awards and that can get in his way. He's gullible, it can be taken by surprise. He cares about his family, which could be a strength or weakness. He is weak alone. He has coulrophobia, which is the fear of clowns. Yes, he still has that fear. He's grossed out by Grandpa Max's cooking, is easily trapped under debris, is weak to electricity, as with all his aliens. He can be hypnotized, he's not strong. He has an ego. He's prone to jealousy at points. He's not familiar with how the Omnitrix works. He also is single-minded. The Omnitrix can self-destruct. He can be selfish. The Omnitrix is weak to magic. He can do stupid things when he left, mostly shown when Julie is around. He's biased sometimes against Kevin and is quick to judge, and this can often make him blind to the truth. Whew. Now we get into another one-off ally whose first line is,
"Suspect is heading west to the back 40 of the Douglas Farm."
so which one of these characters said that? 10 seconds, good luck. So this is the character known as Officer Mason. He's a human who first appeared in Everybody Talks About the Weather. The head of the police department in the town shown in the episode tracked down Alan Albright, believing he was setting the fires around town, only to realize that it was the DN aliens who were building their own weather tower. After all this was explained to him, he helped defeat the DN aliens in the final fight, and after being rescued by Alan, decided to take him on as a sort of apprentice to help out and kick out any remaining DN aliens that are in town. So being an officer, he has access to all the men and gear of the department, is smart, is often equipped with a walkie and flashlight. He cares about his fellow officers, is a good driver, and a decent fighter. However, he's biased and quick to conclusions, and is very gullible. Now on to our next character, whose first line is,
I'm the worst liar ever.
There he is.
of these characters, which one said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So this is the character known as Alan Albright, who has his human form and his Pyronite form. I realize that he's not wearing his badge in the human form, but that's what he looks like in the human form. He is a half-human, half-Pyronite who first appears in Everybody Talks About the Weather, a main character in the episode evading the authorities since they believe that he's responsible for the numerous fires that are set around town. And it was really the DN aliens. After Ben gained his trust, he helped take down the weather machine and decided to stay to help Mason take out any leftover aliens not wanting to join Ben's team. So he has the ability to shift between his Pyronite and human form so he can fly in heat blasts and surf on rocks, go supernova, fire a single fire blast or a single jet of flames, melt materials like metal, super strength, be able to be immune to the metal or ice gun, shoot heat blasts, do a double jump, can walk in fire, remove flames from an area, produce a ton of flames for transport, has a cyclone of flames, can damage nearby enemies, can blast off a heat explosion like a rocket, produce a lot of heat, and can shoot discs of fire. Those last few were some typical abilities of a Pyronite. He also is very fast and agile. He has lava spit, and as I said, all the abilities of the Pyronites that were listed. But water can put him out briefly, or a fire extinguisher. He is inexperienced with his Pyronite powers. If knocked out, he turns human. Extreme cold can keep him human. It is said that he can be a pacifist, and he can accidentally set stuff on fire. On to the next one, whose first line is
Hello, man.
that. of these characters, which one is the one that said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. So that was the character known as Grandpa Max. He's a human first appearing in Ben 10 Returns Part 1, shown briefly as a hologram to tell Ben that he was on a special assignment and now he's in too deep and is in some serious trouble. So there is now renewed alien activity on Earth. Then in Kevin's Big Score, he showed up again as a hologram to warn Ben about the impending war and to try and put together a team of the Plumber's helpers. We already met one with Alan Albright. We'll get to the other two that he meets later on. And then in All That Glitters, same exact deal, shown in the hologram that was shown in Kevin's Big Score. Then in Max Out, he finally makes his first real appearance, not as a hologram, tracking down the DNA aliens, managing to track them all the way to Santa Mira and help take them down in the final battle, fighting off a hybrid on his own, which is really impressive. And he also killed a Xenocyte earlier in the episode, along with one DNA alien. I'm not messing with this guy. And after losing this battle, he made a null void grenade by ripping apart the null void cannon null void gun that he already had, and activated it, sending him and all the other people in the subsequent area to the null void, with the exception of the main trio as well as Ken. So he's shown to be a good hacker, has knowledge about the aliens and the Omnitrix, is a good spy as in spy skills, is a wisdom giver for Ben and tends to give him good advice. He's somewhat strong and quite durable for his age. He knows a few tricks on taming animals, knowledge on secret societies, knowledge on medicine, knows how to operate nuclear reactors, has access to the plumber bases and a plumber suit equipped with a bunch of gadgets. He also knows of other worlds, knows how to operate alien ships, knows of ancient legends, can fly a helicopter and a car, can operate a swamp boat, possesses the null void projector, has knowledge on that realm, has an axe, knows survival skills like living on the land, is somewhat agile, he can pilot a spaceship, can operate and fix a jetpack, is a good mechanic, has a grapple gun, has a neuronap gun, has a holographic projector, is a good fighter, and has a plumber badge, as indicated that he can spy on people by these. He had the null void gun, but has since destroyed it. But he's old and not as spry as he used to be, though that's very rarely an inconvenience for him. He's also easily annoyed by Ben and Gwen's constant bickering, and when he has an objective, he often stays dead set on it, not caring about anyone or anything else. He also won't go anywhere without the kids, which is either help or a hindrance. Oh, I probably should remove that. He can also get sidetracked, is gullible, and due to his plumber years, he's recognized in space for both villains and heroes. For our final ally of the day, we have this guy, whose first line is...
Yes, well, as I was saying, before I lost consciousness, I extruded this symbiote, the one you call Ship.
Do you know this guy's name? I honestly won't blame you if you don't, because he only has 2 appearances, and both of them are pretty not good episodes. 10 seconds, good luck. So, this guy is the character known as Baz L. It can either be spelled with just one L or as EL. He's a galvanic mechamorph, first appearing in Pure Pressure, crashed and landed on Earth, and took out a chunk of him, called Ship, to track down some plumbers that are still on Earth to help him in, saving him, because his ship crashed and landed on Earth. And he's trapped under debris, and, the warp reactor is about to blow up. And after Ship led Ben and Julie to Bazal's ship, he was rescued, and after repairing the ship with the help of Ben and Julie, he flew off. So he has the ability to extrude a being from him, though this act cannot be undone. He also has the ability of every other mechamorph, he can merge with tech, either enhancing or destroying it, can form spikes or tentacles to deter people, and he can form tentacles from his fingers in his base form. He's also elastic and can turn to goo. He's immune to bullets, can survive in space, and regenerate any lost limbs. He also has knowledge on the plumbers and alien tech. but he has typical Mechamorph weaknesses like being electrocuted, vulnerable to magic, and limited to his flexibility. And he can also be knocked out for a brief time, and is probably one of the rudest characters that Ben has ever allied himself with, and is easily annoyed by Ben. And that goes for some of the allies. We'll cover the rest of the allies in the next episode, and I'll see you guys then. So long.